Well, welcome to another episode of the Wrestling Guild. Maybe you could even say the Thanksgiving version of the Wrestling Guild, even though the Thanksgiving was a week ago.
Yeah, we're a bit late, but
yeah. Well, I'm a little bit under the weather. I don't know. I have a Thanksgiving cold or something, so we'll do the best we can. My name is Chris Mary Helpman, and with me I have Officer Nick Anderson, who today is sporting a New York Police Department mug. What happened to your old mug, bro?
I thought upgrading a bit because that one was like, it was easy to tip it over. So I thought this one is a lot harder to tip over. So.
Oh, yeah, because you had kind of a thinner base. So you had one of those you buy at IKEA for £5.
For
£5. this one, your NYPD mug is 10 crowns.
10 crowns, yeah, double.
double the mug.
double the mug. Yeah, support the police. Yeah.
Support the police in New York. Okay, fine.
America.
Yeah, you should get a dentist mug.
A dentist.
Something like that. New York Dentist Department.
For example.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to talk about Impact, the Thanksgiving edition of Impact on the 23rd. A little background. Obviously, in America, there's always a football game on Thursdays on Thanksgiving Day. So usually it's a throwaway show. The Impact has done that ever since the beginning. They let loose a little bit, and everything isn't that. It's a fun. It's a fun. They stop the storylines and they just do this.
Great edition.
Yes, and I think that's what it is. It was also the lowest rated Impact of the year. Obviously, 197,000 people were watching it live, or when it was on TV. Better than the year before, which was actually even lower.
Even lower.
So I mean, they know what they're doing. I mean, the thing is, like, they could have done like a recap episode and stuff like that, but they chose to kind of like do. I think this was fine for what it was.
I mean, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. It was okay. Well, it was labeled the Eli Drake Gravy Train Turkey Trot. So we'll just talk about it. This is probably going to be a shorter episode because there isn't that much to talk about. Basically, what we could say is that the episode was built up that JB was in the back. Chef Robert Irvine, Gail Kilden's husband, had prepared a turkey dinner, and they were in the back, and they were going to draw the names of 10 people that were going to be in teams of 5 against each other, where the person who gets pinned gets to wear the dreaded turkey suit, which is a Impact tradition. They've been doing this for many, many years.
Yeah, I mean, then we saw that recap as well. So
yes, so what they did was they had people say what they were thankful for. They drew names. They had a couple of interviews with those that drew names, and then they had a couple of recaps of earlier turkey matches. They didn't have the one with AJ Styles though. Where AJ Styles, he was the first one to wear the turkey suit. Yes, he got it. The thing was, during that time, he was a heel. He was a bad guy. And he was kind of like the character that he played was a little bit of a childish, kind of almost like a teenage kind of douchey guy. So,
okay.
So Samoa Joe pinned him. I think at the end. Because what they did in the beginning is that they would have three tournaments, 3 rounds.
Okay.
One with only members from the tag division, one from the heavyweight division, and one from the X division. And then, so they had 3 of those with I think 3 people in each. And then the winners of each of that match would meet each other in a 3-way dance for the turkey suit or 10,000. So then that one year, I think it was Samoa Joe was from the heavyweight. I can't remember who was from the X division though. That year, the first year, but AJ Styles was from the tag division because he was in a tag team with Tomko. And then so they were in, and so the first match that we saw was so I guess we'll talk about the turkey suit matches, kind of the recaps a little bit, because we don't have to talk about them pulling names until the end. That's unnecessary. So the first turkey suit match, the recap we saw was Rhino, Alex Shelley, and Sheikh Abdul Bashir.
Yeah, and he was from
He's from Tehran, Iran, but he's not. He's from Minnesota, and his name is Sean Davari.
What, they lied?
It's wrestling, bro.
Yeah, but I thought, come on, are you serious?
Yeah, he played like some kind of like a rich sheik. Was his gimmick, and I think because he's been in Lucha Underground too, and then he also plays like a rich Persian or something like that drinks wine in the ring.
But yeah, it's wrestling. What
It's wrestling. At least the Sheikh Abdul Bashir character wasn't as offensive as some Middle Eastern characters that they've had. I think the character that he played there was kind of like he felt he was a bad guy, but only because he felt that Americans viewed him a certain way because he was from the Middle East. But anyway, so Sheikh Abdul Bashir was the X Division champion at the time. So he was represented the X Division. Alex Shelley represented the Tag Team division because he was from the Motor City Machine Guns. And Rhino, who was getting a really big push actually at that time, he represented the Heavyweight division.
I mean, yeah. So what do you think?
Well, I saw this. I saw.
You've seen this before.
Well, this is from the time. Actually, I think the year that AJ Styles won, that when they had the turkey suit match for the first time, I think that was when I started watching Impact.
That was like 2000.
I think it was maybe like 2010, 2009, maybe earlier than that. Actually, probably earlier than that.
Because this recap from this match was like 2008.
Yeah, so it was earlier than actually 2007 or something like that I started watching it.
All these years?
Yeah, all these years. I've been following Impact for a long time.
Wow.
Highs and lows, bro. Highs and lows. But I always liked this. I always liked when they did the three-way match. And I actually kind of felt bad that they didn't continue that setup, but we'll talk about that later. I like this. I remember seeing it the first time. Alex Shelley and Mankind, who you now or Cactus Jack. Did you recognize him from the Stranglemania video that you watched?
A bit,
yeah. So he was the commissioner actually back then in Impact. So he was the one that ran the show.
That guy with the funny hair.
Yeah, that's Cactus Jack or Cactus Sack, as his name is in Stranglemania. So yeah, they actually had quite a bit of a feud during that time. Alex Shelley and Cactus Jack, or Mick Foley, as his real name is. So that's why they were kind of
they were arguing a bit.
So Alex Shelley lost, Rhino won. Fun match. I always enjoyed it. And then actually, what they didn't show was that after Alex Shelley puts the thing on, Mick Foley DDTs him in the ring. Yeah. That's a good measure, but they didn't show that. But that was fun. So how did you like it? Actually, you should ask you how you liked it, because you're the one that hasn't seen it before.
No, but I think it was good. It was quick, but obviously it was a recap, so they took some bits
there was
out.
more. I think probably stuff.
I think everyone did good, especially Rhino. A lot of strength. But I mean, and you had these, like, the wrestlers didn't let each other win, which is obvious though.
Yeah.
I mean, they were like trying to pin someone, they pulled their leg and whatnot. But I mean, I think it's a funny concept. You know, the thing with this turkey thing, it is funny.
It's funny
because then you had Alex in that turkey suit, and he looked.
He was saying that the women wouldn't like it.
Oh yeah, he was like, no, what did you say, women's hat? Anyone? No, it was good. It was funny.
Yeah, and the next recap of the turkey suit was Eric Young and Robbie E. And see, this is the problem. This was because I think maybe the year before that they started with them only being like a couple of people in the ring. I don't think they had the tournament the same way, because this year it was only Eric Young versus Robbie T. It is a quick match. Robbie E. loses, but actually, you could say, what did you think of this match?
This match.
The Eric Young versus Robbie E. for the turkeys.
Oh, the Eric Young. Eric Young.
And Robbie E.
That was the next one.
Yeah.
Wait, where?
How much of you...
wait.
There wasn't that much to write about.
There you go. What was that one? There's a Robbie E one. There you go. Yeah,
there's two Robbie E ones actually. There's a Robbie E versus Grado, and there's a Robbie E versus Eric Young, which was before.
Which was before.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. I mean, when was that? Was that after? That was after this match, right?
Yes, after the Alex Shelley turkey suit match. The next one was Eric Young versus Robbie E.
Because I can't really remember.
Oh, what happened? Young. Well, Eric Young was the guy with the beard who had like he had like a scarf on and stuff like that. He had like a kind of a cowboy looking gimmick, but it wasn't really a cowboy. I don't know. Anyway, but Eric Young wins.
Okay.
So Robbie E has to put on the suit, but he leaves. He like runs away. So Robbie T. No, that's later.
That was...
So Robbie T, his like bodyguard, has to put on the suit instead.
Oh yeah, that really huge dude.
Yes, that was Robbie T.
Oh, okay, I get it. All right. Yeah, because I remember that guy wasn't like he really didn't like it, so his friend got, yes. But it didn't really go. I mean, it didn't really fit him. The muscles were huge.
Yeah,
huge.
I feel I miss Robbie T a little bit. Both Robbie E was in Impact for a long time, but he never really. He was always this funny gimmick, and you must have seen him, or did you ever see Robbie E?
I mean. No, I didn't really see his face as familiar.
No, so he was probably gone by the time, but he was released, or he got released now. So, but Robbie T, whose name was Rob Terry, the big guy, he wasn't really that great in the ring, but I think he had potential. I mean, if they could get Mahabali Shira to get up to some kind of standard, then I think Robbie T, if he had been more active, I think Robbie T was champion for a while. I think he was like television champion for a while. But anyway, he was also part of the Menagerie, which is what when Crazy Steve came into the company as a clown. They had like a circus gimmick going.
Crazy Steve.
Crazy Steve.
Good old
I saw pictures of Crazy Steve and Rosemary together at some show.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So anyway, so Robbie T had to wear it. And then it was the next Turkey Bowl match was Robbie E versus Grado, which is also really quick.
Quick match. It was okay. I mean, you have Grado. Yeah, I mean, there is not that much to say, really. I mean, you have Robbie E versus Grado. Grado doesn't perform that good, as always. I mean, Robbie E wins, and Grado.
It is funny because they're kind of funny because Robbie E is so in this one he's so outlandish for how he turns his head and he's got this big hair and he was actually had kind of like a new. Jersey Shore gimmick was kind of like his gimmick. He was like this Jim Tan wrestling guy, GT Dub.
Did you see KM?
Huh? KM?
His new outfit, and he's like, I'm trying to impress the top team.
His new outfit with his headband and everything. You like that? Quality stuff. But anyway, so Grado loses and he wears the turkey suit, and he doesn't have any problem with that, actually.
He likes it. I mean,
he likes it. Grado likes it. And then we also had a Pluto TV recap with DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, showing up and giving Raven the Diamond Cutter. And I think, like we said last week, I think this whole Pluto TV recap thing is just to show who's been in Impact.
Because the last couple of episodes, they've shown like famous people.
Yeah. So DDP is a big deal in wrestling, and he always has been. And then we get to the 5-man tag team. So as this has been going on, they've been drawing names. Eli Drake's been amazing, I think, during this whole thing. Great. When he talks about his daddy Drake and his creamy mashed potatoes and everything.
They're like trying and dipping their face.
Yeah, they're throwing food. So it's the tag teams are Adonis, KM, Phantasma, Laurel Van Ness, and Caleb Conley versus a really weird team of Eddie Edwards, Dick Justice, the standby wrestler, Ali, Falaba, and Garza Jr. And I think it's interesting. So, because what I'm just wondering, what are they doing with? Because so they've brought both Falaba and Richard Justice over to Canada to be, and I hope they brought them in there to be in more than just.
No, that was it.
Falaba we saw against EC3, but Dick Justice
all the way to Canada, right? I mean,
so
I don't know.
And Adonis is the captain of the one team, and Eddie Edwards is the captain of the other team. And yeah, how did you like this match? It was, and you could tell it was just funny.
That's one word to sum it up. It was a really crazy match. There was a lot of action. There was like stuff going on. I saw Falaba going that way. You saw KM coming in here and there. It's all this Ali and Royal Van Ness. It was.
I think I like the best thing when everybody was
much.
out of the ring, and Dick Justice takes off the top of his outfit. So you just see his man boobs and everything, and then he just lays down on everybody on the outside of the ring. They're carrying him up, and then Ali hits the splash from the top. I think that's what I kind of like when it's kind of like that, when it's funny at the same time as there's some serious.
There's some action, but at the same time in a funny way. Yeah.
And in the end, Chris Adonis gets pinned.
Chris Adonis, boom, gone.
He has to wear the turkey suit.
But he's so big as well. I mean, he's huge. But
I think it's funny how they were sitting down by the table and eating at the same time.
Oh, yeah. there were like two tables down there, one for each team. And Drake.
And so what happens is that Chris Adonis has to wear the turkey suit. He doesn't want to, tries to leave. Security brings him in, and then they have to take an oath beforehand. Eli Drake says everybody has to raise it. And I think it's funny here because, like Falaba, you can see that he doesn't know which hand to raise. And just like everything they do with it. And then he said, I insert name. And then everybody said insert name instead of their own name. Yeah, it's just funny stuff. It's classic. Classic fun stuff.
Yeah.
So, and Adonis anyway has to don the turkey suit because otherwise Eli Drake has to wear it.
Yeah. So
Eli Drake, I just like the whole interplay. Everybody seemed to have the characters that the people who they chose to be in this match just had some comedic timing. That's what I liked. They were funny together and they worked. And Dick Justice, I mean, he's funny.
Yeah,
he
tried. He's trying to wrestle.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
A for effort.
Yeah. So anyway, it ends up Adonis wears the thing. There's a food fight in the end.
It was basically you had Chris Adonis coming to the other guy's team, and they were laughing at him.
And then they started throwing food at each other, and the turkey went flying.
I think it was Garza
threw a turkey at people.
Oh, and the gravy chain's like, woo!
And then at the end, Eli Drake holds Eddie Edwards so that Chris Adonis can smash some pie in his face. He misses and hits Eli Drake instead.
Not happy.
That's the end of the show. A little bit of a throwaway show, really. They don't expect high ratings on Thanksgiving, so there's no point in having a good show or a great show or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is definitely worth, just for the end of it, I think it's definitely worth to go back and see it if you have the opportunity. If you're on the GWN network, go look at it because I think they did.
It's more fun. I would say it's more family based. You could watch with the family, just have a laugh.
Exactly. And next week we're going to see the Knockouts match. So we'll see who gets to be crowned the next Knockouts champion. Tyson Dukes was going to be in action. I saw. I don't know if he's got a deal now with Impact or not, or what's going on there. And then wait, I gotta sneeze. You take the rest.
Like, you take over.
What was that? What did you take over? You said laugh.
It was so random. Okay. Yeah,
I had to sneeze. I can't sneeze into the mic.
Yeah. So
anyway, this episode of the Wrestling Guild, a little bit of a throwaway episode as well. Anyway, so next week, we're going to see Alberto El Patron versus Johnny Impact, and I also saw that in Wrestle Pro, which is a wrestling federation that's run by Pat Buck, I think outside New York.
Hmm?
A lot of the guys that are in Impact, actually, Falaba, Mario Bokara, KM, they work with WrestlePro a lot. And they're actually going to have an Impact title match there. It's going to be Alberto El Patron versus Eli Drake at WrestlePro. I don't know if we're going to get to see it on the Global Wrestling Network or how that's going to work. Hopefully.
Eli,
Yeah.
Alberto.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But what do you think about the you have Alberto versus Johnny Impact?
I don't know. I'm just hoping that they pull out all the stops and they put on a good show, so it's not that much. Because even if their backstage segment, their backstage fight was fun and everything like that, they did. But in the end, it's just them punching each other. I mean, you want to see some action in the ring. You want to see put on a good show. Mm-hmm. And it's like it's like kind of like Petey Williams versus Drake. I mean, that was a good show. They kept it in the ring.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So that was it for this show. I don't think we need to rate it or anything like that. It's what it is.
I mean, it's a special edition.
We'll give it 4 turkeys out of 5.
4 turkeys out of 5. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. So follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Stitcher, SoundCloud. Don't forget the sltd.com, Single Leg Takedown Wrestling.com, where you can read my articles. Coming up, I'm going to be having a 3-part article series about Evolve, leading up to the latest Evolve show, Evolve 94, which is titled A New Chapter, which is also about Evolve is a wrestling promotion that I've followed since it started in 2010. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that.
8 years.
It's 8 years of. I mean, I don't know. Do you think that you're looking at me like I wasted my life just watching Impact?
No, I'm just saying
wrestling?
How far. I mean, how much you love wrestling, so you follow it so long, so far.
Yeah.
Like you have Impact 2007
something.
So soon 2018.
Yeah.
It's almost 11 years.
I know.
It's amazing.
There's a lot of hours of wrestling.
A lot of
hours of wrestling.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, my name is Chris Mary Hulpin. With me, I have Officer Nick Anderson of the New York City Police Department. And we'll talk to you next week. Boom.
Boom.